Cancer, what's going on, everybody? It's Ann from CancerMoonsTarot. I'm coming at you guys with your April 2022 tarot reading. As always, readings here are general, so if they resonate, that's awesome. And if not, it's not your message. And if you want to check out my official social medias, you're more than welcome to. That'll be linked down in the description below. But Cancer, welcome on in, everybody, and let's see what we got going on. Starting out, as always, with the current energies for you guys throughout April 2022. What current energies do we got coming in here for Team Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout April 2022. What do we got going on here, baby? What current energies do we got coming in here for Team Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout the month of April 2022. Let's go ahead and have ourselves a look. First card out, we got here the Judgment card. Not too bad. You could be connecting possibly here with a Scorpio for a few of you. Moving forward from that, we do have here the Sun card. And then looking at the last card that we're pulling here for Cancerian, it's going to be the Queen of Swords. So coming into your month here so far for April, the Judgment, the Sun, and the Queen of Swords. Definitely feels to me here that there's some happiness manifesting for you. Anytime you see the Sun card, it's a good card. It's a happy card for sure. Sun card is Leo energy, so you could be connecting with a Leo for a few of you. But Judgment here, Sun, Queen of Swords. Let's start out with the Judgment here to the Sun. The Judgment could be represented as a card that talks about giving something a chance, right? I think that this is your spirit guides in a way trying to tell you, give yourself a chance to be happy, Cancer. When's the last time you could say that you've said, you know what, I just need to give myself a chance here to enjoy something. I need to give myself a chance here to be happy. I need to give myself a chance to do this. You know, being a Cancerian, we have tendencies sometimes to be incredibly hard on ourselves. We can be very tough on ourselves, and we can kind of have really high expectations sometimes that, you know, if we don't feel like those expectations are being met, we can really get really down on ourselves and be super tough, you know? And I'm definitely guilty of that. Guilty as charged. I've been there before where I've been super, super tough on myself. And at the end of the day, it's never been the greatest feeling to have. So with the Queen of Swords here, it's about cutting that energy out, you know? It's about removing that energy of being so tough on yourself and saying, you know what? You're doing a great job. Exactly where you are is where you need to be. You're not doing anything bad at all. You're doing just fine. It's about taking a breath here, jumping into April 2022 and kind of appreciating your progress and how far you've gone, and really just taking the time out to say, I should enjoy the happiness I have in front of me. I should enjoy my experiences. I should choose happiness here instead of trying to exceed every expectation I have. Because sometimes as a Cancerian, it's like you meet the expectation you wanted and then you want to go even higher. And then it's like, oh, I'm still not fulfilled. Like, give yourself the permission here, Cancer, to be fulfilled right now. I promise you, it's okay. You can be fulfilled right now. You can fulfill yourself. You can be happy. You can take a moment and be gentle and just chill, all right? Do you like my ASMR over here? Hopefully, my ASMR over here is wonderful and calming you guys down, because I want y'all to be living your best life, all right? So let's go ahead and take a look here at what you're dealing with jumping into April 2022. What are my Cancerians going to be dealing with here? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout April 2022. We did have the Justice card that wanted to come out. This is Libra energy, of course. So this is about getting yourself balanced. You need a little bit of balance in your life, baby. All right, moving forward from that, Cancer, we do also have here the Ten of Swords, which talks about having to end something, and what it is that you need to end is being a little bit too harsh on yourself. Moving forward from that, we have here a Two of Pentacles, and then lastly for our Cancerians, we got here the Page of Swords. So based upon what you're dealing with jumping into the month of April, let's break down these energies. First things first, the Justice card here to the Ten of Swords. It's time to end the energy of off balance, right? It's time to end the energy of what I have is not enough, or what I'm doing is not enough. There needs to be more. I need to have more. I need to be better. It's time to let all that energy simply dissolve away coming into your month. I really feel here like Spirit is trying to say to you guys, you are doing just fine, and it's time to embrace that energy. You're not in a bad place. You're not in a bad position. You're meeting expectations more than you can even imagine, and it's time to kind of just chill out. Yep, that's a new word. It's time to chill out and just take a deep breath and relax. You know, we also got here a Two of Pentacles, and we got here a Page of Swords. You know, Two of Pentacles here is a very in and out kind of feeling. It's a feeling that tends to fluctuate. You know, you got here the Page of Swords following up with that as well. Page of Swords usually represents communication, feelings, or thoughts that often come with inconsistencies. So the Page of Swords here is kind of representing with this Two of Pentacles. You have inconsistent feelings about yourself, Cancer. You know, sometimes you will be super positive about who you are and what you're doing, and then other times you're not at all. You can be very down on yourself. You can be very unhappy with the progress you've made in your life, whether we're talking about the progress we've been seeing in your relationships, in your career, in your friendships. It's just you have this inconsistency of being happy with yourself and content with yourself. You know, there's moments where you feel like you are, and then there's moments where you're really not, and that is what causes a lot of difficulties in your life. And Spirit here wants you to essentially move to a place where you do feel very consistent with being proud of who you are and being proud with the success you've had and just allowing yourself to be happy where you are. They want you here to have that as a consistency, not an inconsistency. So that's one of the biggest things you're dealing with here jumping into the month of April, is that inconsistency and how your mood constantly fluctuates about how you feel about yourself. Okay, let's go ahead and see where things are going for you. Where are things going to be going here for Team Cancer? Because trust me, as Cancerians, we can be perfectionists for sure. Just to give you guys a little tidbit real quick before I move forward, as many of you have started to notice and see, I've recently upped the quality of my setup. You know, I have this camera finally able to do 4K. I got a microphone. I got a stream deck. I did so much to deck out my tarot recording and tarot streaming. And, you know, there's still so much more that I want to do. Even though I've done so much already and it's super awesome, I'll be happy with it. And then I'm like, but there's so much more I can do. And I have to kind of take a step back myself and say, hey, in due time, things will grow, things will expand, they'll get better and more improved. But I should just be happy with how it is right now. I don't need to go all crazy, right? So with me, this is kind of like resonating in that aspect, because that makes a lot of sense. You know, as a Cancer, I can have a tendency to be a perfectionist. Other Cancerians can tend to have that energy as well, because we have such high expectations sometimes. Now, do remember, there's nothing wrong with high expectations, but when you're constantly always trying to reach another expectation and you keep setting the bar higher for yourself, you're never going to reach a state of contentment. It's always going to keep you in a place of hunger, in a place of thirst, and you don't want to be there, you know? All right, let's go ahead and see where things are going for you, okay? Where are things going here for my Cancerians? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus during the month of April 2022. Where are things going here for Cancer? And what do we got? We got here the Lovers. Hello, hello, hello. This is a connection. Now, when I say connection, I'm not just talking about love with another person or a soulmate. Cancer, I'm talking about this is the connection to yourself. I think that is finally what's going to start to get improved upon, and that's going to be the main focal point here jumping into your April. It's about building a more solid connection with yourself. Next card out that we have is going to be here the Queen of Wands. The energy of being more confident in who you are, the energy of being more confident as a person. Moving forward from that, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and lastly, we have here the Empress, which is such a nice card to end off everything here. So let's talk about this real quick. The Lovers here to the Queen of Wands. Becoming more confident in who you are, Cancer, this is what this is about. It's about becoming more confident in who you are and the connection that you have to yourself, okay? Now, if you're wondering, well, how does the Lovers here indicate a connection with me? There's both a masculine and a feminine over here. Well, remember, every person has both masculine and feminine energies within themselves. So this could actually be talking about not just, you know, soulmates happening here, but it can talk about your connection that you have to self. So jumping into the month of April, based upon where things are going, this is about expanding the connection you have to you. Understanding that you want to develop more of a healthy relationship with yourself. You know, just as we have relationships with other people, we also have relationships with ourselves. And sometimes the relationship with ourselves can be amazing and fantastic. Other times it could feel poor. So Cancer, you're not in a poor place, but you're also not in the best place when it comes towards the connection you have to yourself. You're in a fluctuating energy as far as what the tarot cards are showing. Meaning that, you know, sometimes, you know, you feel really happy, really proud, really ecstatic of you, and other times you feel just not enough. And with these fluctuating energies, it doesn't lead to consistency with being content in who you are. It leads to you feeling uncontent and then content other times. All right? So based upon where things are going, Eight of Wands here, Queen of Wands, the Lovers, there's going to be a change. You are changing the connection you have to yourself. You are changing the confidence level that you have within you. This is about embracing how far you've come, embracing where you are, and letting yourself know it's okay to just be happy right now with the way my life is. I don't need to meet every expectation. I don't need to constantly keep raising the bar. I can give myself permission now to just enjoy my life. And with the Knight of Pentacles here to the Empress card, even though this is a slow and subtle change, it's a change that grows into such a beautiful and wonderful thing for you. When you have the Empress card showing up here, the Empress card is one of those cards that represent a massive amount of growth. So things are going to start subtly, okay? Sorry, Knight of Pentacles over here. Things are going to start pretty subtle, but then they're going to move into a massive period of growth here with that Empress. So Cancer, in the month of April 2022, as you're developing more of a better connection to yourself, as you're taking it easier on you than you previously had before, it's going to feel subtle. I cannot speak. It's going to feel subtle at first, but it's going to gradually build into a really beautiful transformation with the Empress coming out at the end of all of this. Now, what does the Empress necessarily entail? Well, the Empress is a very fantastic card. It is a card that usually represents your divine feminine, and that is the energy of seeing beauty, right? The beauty within yourself, the beauty around you. This is the energy of self-love. This is the energy of self-growth and determination. So the Empress card is going to get, the Knight of Pentacles here to the Empress card is you getting from a space of things moving slowly and subtly to full-blown being in Empress mode, where you can appreciate yourself, you can love yourself, and you are happy and content with you and the lifestyle that you're living. So the Empress here is kind of like you reaching that state of contentment and having that consistency rather than the inconsistencies we previously talked about, right? What did I mention before with inconsistencies? Well, sometimes you would feel happy with yourself and you would just be proud of you and you would give yourself permission to enjoy your life. Other times you would be too tough on yourself. You would drag yourself down and say that where you are is not enough. You could be doing more. You would have that inconsistent, fluctuating energy. Coming into this month, though, it's going to start to get very consistent for you. It's going to start out very subtle with these changes that are being made, but then you're going to get into that full-blown Empress mode where it's like, you know what? I'm doing great. I'm doing a lot greater than I've even expected. I'm doing a lot greater than I've given myself credit for, and I really have a lot of appreciation for me. So this is a lovely month when it comes towards your self-esteem and how you see yourself, and there seems to be nothing more than just a beautiful increase in positivity in the reflection. When you look in that mirror, you see nothing but beauty now. You're not seeing flaws. You're not seeing inconsistencies. You're not putting yourself down. It's like you're lifting yourself up in such a wonderful and beautiful and magnificent way. I really love this reading, guys. It's so high vibrational, and it's looking like such a fantastic month for you, okay? Let's go ahead and see what the spirit guides have to say. Are there any dire or important messages coming in here from Cancer spirit guides throughout the month of April 2022? First card out, we have here the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is yet another card that represents self-care. With the Queen of Pentacles coming out over here, your guides are saying your time is precious. What you do is precious. Everything you've ever done for yourself is value. You are doing great, and they want you to really start to know that. The Queen of Pentacles is like, your time hasn't been wasted. If you've put your time and your investment into things, it has all been for a reason, and it's all going to provide growth for you at the end of the day. Now, we do have here the Four of Wands, which is beautiful, and then we also have here the Five of Swords. Yeah, so your guides are just trying to say, it's like, stop interfering and meddling with your own happiness, Cancer. Like, you have great things going for you. Whether you've been skyrocketing in your career recently, whether your relationships have been improving, whether you've been working on projects and you've been busting your butt, guys, you're doing so much better than expected. Don't let the Five of Swords, aka your self-conflicting thoughts, get in the way of how much progress you've made and how well you're actually doing. Your guides really just want you to see how well you're actually doing. They want you to look at yourself and recognize, hey, I'm doing pretty okay. I'm doing pretty good, So give yourselves a pat on the back this month, man. You guys have been working incredibly hard in your lives, and to be fair, you've been doing a lot better than you can even imagine. It's time to switch that perception where you had a negative perception of self and just starting to have a positive perception of self. So Cancer, I like this. Your guides are just trying to say to you, stop standing in the way of you, right? Nothing can ever stand in the way of you except for you. So don't be that roadblock, Cancer. All right, what's going to be the overall outcome here for my Cancerians for April 2022, please? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for April 2022. What is going to be the overall outcome here for Team Cancer? And what did we have come out? We had the Ace of Cups come out, baby. I love that for you. Speaking of love, it is the card of love. Self-love, definitely, but also fulfillment. You're going to feel like your cup is overflowing here going into the ending of your April 2022. It's like, dude, everything feels great. I feel great. I'm in such a positive mood. And most importantly, at the end of all this, I'm not looking at myself in a negative light anymore. I'm proud of myself. I love myself. I appreciate me. I appreciate how far I've come, and I'm no longer standing in the way of me. So, guys, this is super duper wonderful, man. I really love this reading for you. I don't want it to sound like, rainbows and fairy tales and stuff like that, but it really is kind of one of those months, So, I'm not going to be that reader that sugarcoats shit. I definitely will give you guys the blunt truth when I see the blunt truth, but overall, you actually are looking towards a very fantastic month in April 2022. I think it's going to be a month you're going to be super excited and proud of, and I think you're going to accomplish a lot of things. We can be the biggest enemies to ourselves. There is no bigger enemy, honestly, than you. And, well, you in the sense of when you're in a negative perception of yourself, right? But you're removing that roadblock, guys, and all the more power to you. All the more success to you. All right? All right, Cancer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this month's video for April 2022. If you are new here, definitely consider subscribing. If this message resonates with you, let me know in the comments below. But without further ado, guys, have a lovely and amazing rest of your April, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Much love, Cancers, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.